Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and today we are going to be doing a video game quick tip. Alright, so today what we're going to be talking about is Animal Crossing New Leaf and how to keep your neighbors from moving into places that you don't want them to move to. Now, if anyone's played any of the Animal Crossing games, this one specifically targets New Leaf, you know that, new neighbors move to town and they just kind of move wherever the heck they want and you have pretty much no control over it. Now, this is true and there's really no way to control where they're going to move. Although I have noticed they tend to move towards certain areas. But there's really no way to predict a specific spot. But there are ways to prevent them from moving to certain areas. And that is done with public works projects. Now, how this works is, well, animal houses, they take, I believe it's a 3x3 square. So that takes a bit of space. In addition, all buildings actually have a 1x1 ring completely around them. So it's actually a 5x5 square. So, I mean, you can actually walk through the ring, but basically it's a special ring that it won't allow you to build other stuff next to it. And it's even to the point where the rings can't touch, so everything has to have at least a gap of 2. So basically all you need to do if you don't want your animals moving places is make sure you build public works projects around that area so that they can't fit a nice little 5x5 square in there. And actually technically they need a 6x6 square. So, yeah, so actually I think it's even 7x7. Yeah, basically a 7x7 square. It ends up being a huge space to try and get something like that. It's kind of a, I've noticed this, it's kind of sucky because if you're trying to build a lot of stuff, you actually need, even if something's 1x1, it's actually, once you build it out, I think you need a space of like 5x5 then, just to fit something like that. Because just because of how much space it is, or maybe it is just 1x1, 3x3, but still, that's still a good amount of space. I guess it depends on the thing, but still, at the very least a 5x5 square, and you're covered. They can't build there, and yeah, so you just got to make sure you crowd up the areas that you don't want your neighbors to build with public works projects. Now, like I say, all you need is a 5x5 square, so it doesn't need to be right in the center or anything. You can kind of put them off to the side a little bit. Just as long as you couldn't fit something 3x3 there, you're good. You don't have to worry about your animals moving there. Other things I've noticed on to where they are likely to move. One, they're likely to move right next to you. For some reason, they just love moving right next to the player. I hate that personally. I have gone out of my way telling all my neighbors, all the animals living next to me, to move away, and just as soon as they're gone, throw a public works project right where their house used to be. I've gone out of my way to do that, just because I really hate how they do that all the time. So that's just one thing that I've done. There's a lot of other tricks you can use to do stuff. Another place where they like to move is they like to move close to where you've done a lot of public works projects for some reason. If there's a lot of public works projects in the area, they tend to move nearby if they can fit a spot. Not sure why they do that one. Or maybe they're just moving next to other animals, because I have a whole bunch in one line. So I'm not sure exactly what the formula they use, but they tend to move close to where other people are. They tend not to pick places out in the boonies. Because there's a few places in my town where it would be great to put a house. They could easily pop up there. No one's ever built a house there. I've been playing this for months. So, yeah, I don't know why no one's moved in to these certain areas. It's just sort of a trick. But basically, the only real way to stop them is public works. You can try other things like trees, but no. I mean, you can build public work stuff over trees, so can your animals. I've read a lot of reviews on this stuff. Yeah, they definitely can do that. I've seen them take over some of my trees. I never really cared personally because my town's infested with fruit trees. I purposely done. Great way to make money. Um, but yeah, that's really the trick to keeping them out is public works projects, and just gotta keep in mind that their houses are large. They take a good, at least a 5 by 5 square, so it takes a lot of space. I think it actually, in a lot of cases, would require a 7 by 7 square just to fit them. So yeah, lots and lots of space. So all you gotta do is lightly crowd the area, not too heavy. Throw something small in the corner, you know, something like that. Uh, there's a lot of tricks you can do, but if you're smart about it, it should be relatively simple. Anyways, that's about all I have to say about this. If there's anything you wanted to add, feel free to leave something in the comments about anything really. Uh, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Anyways, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you.